Don't I look attractive? Yeah, such fun. That's what happens when you lay underneath whilst trying to take clutch off, and I was using my 90-degree impact. I've gone through it in another video. And as I've undone the first bolt, all the clutch dust has fallen out, and the where the air outlet is, it's just gone, blown it straight in my face. Probably see, well, basically a big clump just landed there, and I went to toilets and washed my hands, and yeah, that's a washed hand. And I've gone, looked at my face. I washed my face. Oh, great, now I've just smeared it everywhere. So, yeah. Right. Old versus new. Old. New. The thing's rocking on the wood. No play. None whatsoever. The thing that normally fails with a dual mass is this part here, the bit that rocks, that shouldn't, this bit, giving that knocking noise, that part turns, not turned independently, that is sprung against that. So what happens is, if you can see this, I can't turn it now, I've only got one hand. There you go. That turns, and when you, it's spinning and roundy, and when you apply the pressure of the clutch here, this turns like something like that, and takes up and has some give in it. Dual mass flywheels tend to lose that spring, and they go donk, donk. So when you lift your foot off the clutch and the thing goes donk and goes round, it's this normally. I mean, sometimes it's an engine mount, but normally it's this losing, it's lost its spring and it's just going bang, bang, bang. And if you leave it, what happens is it spins, goes whack, turns, locks itself up. This then gives it one of them and basically rises up. So instead of the clutch sitting flat, it sits like that. You get a horrendous vibration, and when you come to take them off, you can't get anything on these bolts in here. So you end up having to cut the centre out of this. So go around with an angle grinder or, yeah, plasma cutter now. Basically cut this whole centre out, remove that, and then you can get on and undo your bolts. This one, that literally has, that's not even surface rust, that's just dust. Can't look. Brand new part. Now I've checked them, they are the same, and because they've got on the back here the missing tooth, in effect, there will be a dowel on it, and you need, just to double check it, you know, just for a laugh, because hey, stranger things have happened. I'm fighting with it now. The height's different. Why's the height different? Sorry, first thing I noticed is the ring gears are different heights. I'm thinking, oh no, I've got the wrong bit. Then you come down, and I then looked at the first part, the face. They're the same height. Oh no! That one's got a gap in it. That one hasn't. That explains the slipping clutch, because when this part here is bolted to the crank, between this and the running face under there, if that then narrows up, the clutch hasn't got as much pressure on this part as it would this one. So because it's in effect thinner, it's not as deep, the clutch can't put pressure on it. That explains the slipping clutch. I feel kind of happy now. I'm very happy that it is this. But as I was saying, the trigger wheel with the missing tooth, see, one there, is on the flywheel. Some have not these, but like your what they're called, Mitsubishi L200s have got a front end encoder, so it's on the other end of the crank. With these, you need to, you've got bolt hole there, there. That is a dowel. See, it's not in line. So you need to basically check that. So what we'll do is we'll just sort of laser eyeball it. We'll have that bolt hole and then drilling, missing tooth. That's in line with that. Yep. Dowel, less of a gap, bolt hole drilling, missing tooth. Good. There's also a missing tooth on the opposing side. These are balancers. See, this has only got one. That and that are sort of in the same location. Well, actually it's on this one. There. But that is literally they add weight where it's needed when they balance these. So there we go. We've got to the bottom of the missing the slipping clutch. That's what it was. What I'm going to do now is, I don't know if I'm going to bolt that up or I'm going to clean it all out. One torch has gone flat, the others are going flat. Yeah, I'm happy now. I don't know what the time is. It's probably like 11:30 at night. I think I'm just going to wang the torches back on charge and call it a night, because I need to wash before I go to bed, and my stomach just said I need to eat. So yeah, we will pick this one up in the morning, and this will probably be the end of part one, and I'll go into a little bit more detail on the rebuild. Now I've taken it apart and I know what I'm looking for, where I'm looking for it, so I can show you where everything is, things you need to be aware of, things that are going to be issues, and I'll spend a little bit more time with you on the rebuild so you know what to do when you take it all off. But this is not something that you want to be doing on your driveway unless you are properly fully equipped for this. And I mean, like, we're not just talking, oh yeah, I've got a comprehensive tool selection. No, that doesn't cut it. I've got a 6-foot bar, cheater bar, that I've had to call on tonight to get one of them subframe bolts off. Those bolts are coming out, and they're getting, the sleeves are getting cleaned and copper slipped. So I'm going to open up with an apology, because I said something a bit stupid at the end of the last episode. I was laying in bed last night after I washed myself, and I was having a think of what I'd done and going through the video and stuff like that, and yeah, I said something a bit stupid. Now let's go over to this bit. what I said at the end of the last episode was, these dual masses are really heavy, about the gap there creating a clutch slip because that had moved and the clutch didn't have pressure. And then I thought to myself, well, you're an idiot, because the pressure plate bolts onto that and the clutch bites against that. So even if that has dropped back, this is all where it happens anyway. It's got nothing to do with that gap there. So then I was like, great, I've said something dumb and it's not even cured the issue. And I was thinking about it. The only explanation I've got is if that's dropped back and the whole clutch pack has moved away from the arm will become, instead of, in there's an arm with a release bearing that does that and basically pushes on the fingers of the clutch. Well, if the arm should be flat or ever so slightly like that, so it pushes straight on the fingers, but where that's sat back it's now like that, when it pushes it's going to jam up. The release bearing is not going to be able to move as it should and it's going to jam up. Maybe that caused it. So apologies, I said something dumb. We all do it, some more than others. But one other thing that I'd noticed this morning when I come in is those wear marks. Yeah, that's dead. That's it just goes to show that the thing has pushed back and it has been turning for quite some time. Enough to wear that amount of metal away. So yeah, it's time to put the new one back, seeing as, well, that's the point I was at last night and I give up. So let's crack on. These are the new bolts. Put new bolts in. Don't know what they were like a tenner for the bolts. I got both T60 Allen keys. I've got the short or the long one and the short one. So we'll see what goes in and stuff like that. I'll have to find out the torque on these because 10 Duggers isn't the torque spec for these. Whilst it might be on my race car, it's not on these. And that sounds really dumb. You'd have thought, oh, race car, you're going to take extra care and make sure that you've torqued it all and stuff like that. No, it's only going to be back out in like 2 meetings. Whereas this, I don't want to ever pull this one apart again. Don't want to have to. If I have to, I have to, but I don't want to have to. So I'm not going to make any reasons to have to do it again. Seeing as this is the van that gets me there and should be, fingers crossed, 100% reliable, and I don't want to have to be spending time on the van when I should be spending time on the car. So yes, let's start bolting this thing back together. Well, I'm going to switch the heater back on because it's a bit cold in here. It's 0 degrees outside and it's not much above that in here. So yeah, lovely and warm. Yes, that's that. I'll see you in a mo, probably underneath. Oh yeah, I've got to let my lights charge again as well. Wicked. Right, in a bit. Dual mass flywheel's up. That was a fun task. When it's got the little locating dowel, and you can see it on the engine light, it's like 3 o'clock. If you want to make your life easier, just put a little white paint mark on where the locating dowel is, like the female part, or the receptacle. Yeah, there's a joke in there somewhere. Just so that when you put it on, it's easier to see where it is, so you can turn the flywheel. And whatever you do when you're doing this, I've got a trolley jack holding the back of the gearbox up so I don't damage anything. So I'm sliding in from the front. Whatever you do, don't hold the flywheel above your face, because if you drop it, that is serious damage, like facial reconstruction surgery kind of job. They're heavy and they're sharp. You've got the ring gears going round, you've got the posts for the clutch cover to sit on. Do not drop that on your face. If you need to, get someone to help you. There are a couple of moments that were a bit sketchy and you're like, oh yeah, this isn't fun. There is no face mask or glasses or goggles going to save you from that. It's going to be broken nose, missing teeth, possibly fractured skull, definitely fractured eye socket, and bit holes in your face. So warning, that bit is not cool. Right, let's get underneath, because this is the new release bearing. And you're not going to be able to see a thing, but yeah, I'm sure you just see right up my nose. Right, there's my torch. Let me just try and sort that bit out. If I stick that there, can you see? Yeah, you can. Right, that's the arm I was going on about. And that's the release bearing that sits in there. Now it should just be a simple case. I'll pop that one off, grab the new one and pop that one straight down. Notice on the back they're not, it goes like that. Oh no, that is clipped to that end. Oh. This one-handed is so much more fun. Definitely not that way. It's definitely that way. Yeah. There we go. Right, that's on. Make sure that down there, can you see it? Behind, oh look, the shadow. There you go, where that is the slave cylinder. That, where my finger is up there, is a pivot point. So this part comes towards you like this to operate the clutch. So that needs to be pushed back down like that. Stay down. Right, there we go. That's the release bearing. Now comes the bit. Reorganise. Those are all done up. They're done up to something like 30 Newton meters plus 20 degrees. Can't remember off the top of my head. For what will be 20 seconds to you has been like 2.5 hours for me. What with one thing and another, and yeah, so I'll post the down in the description of what the talk is for these, because I can't remember. Right, that's that done up. Now let's move on for the clutch. This is fun, not. Got a lovely gurning face of mine. Right, this is the clutch. That's the pressure plate. Get acquainted, you're going to be friends for a little while. Yeah, that on there, bolts. What's a little bit annoying is on this, they normally have gearbox side and engine side. Being in German, I'm going to have a go and say that that is gearbox side. Getriebseite. That looks like gearbox side. So it goes that way. So you've got the flatter bit towards the dual mass. So, yeah, right, now what we'll do is I'll just get my stand and I'll show you how this all goes together.